Nandi this weekend as Orlando Pirates plays host to Kaizer Chiefs in the second Soweto Derby. We spoke about the goals that Chiefs have contributed well for Orlando Pirates. 94 different players have scored in the 193 goals in the 179 meetings. And Kaizer Chiefs contributed 4 own goals. Joining me now in the official press conference ahead of the derby is Coach Riveiro of Orlando Pirates and Innocent Maela of Orlando Pirates. Gentlemen, good afternoon. We've spoken about the derby with Kaizer Chiefs, DSTV, Stadium Management South Africa. Coach, listening to what everybody has said, as Orlando Pirates, your approach as this is your home game.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, as usually when you face this type of games, I think we all, especially the professionals, the ones who are going to be on the field, we need to do an exercise of maybe an extra concentration to try to isolate ourselves from all the preparations and all the spectacles around the game, so we can perform in the way that everybody's expecting us to perform. It's difficult because the excitement is big, like everybody's expressing here today. But at the same time, in my opinion, is one of the keys that we can silence a little bit the noise and put the focus in what we do better, which is play football and try to offer a good show to the spectators in the stadium and also at home.
And listening to Coach, he's speaking about the seriousness, the sternness of Orlando Pirates' approach to the derby. And I think Tani also spoke about it, about how it's so important for the Buccaneers to really have a stronghold on the specific encounter anyway.
Yeah, good afternoon, Thato. Good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, I mean, look, it's very important, when you go into such matches to prepare well, to make sure that the mindset is in the right space, to take the game seriously. Like we already know, we won the first leg and, we really do want to do the double this time around.
And a lot of people are speaking about the numbers, the double, and all the elements that go into this derby. As Orlando Pirates, you just played a match last night against Cape Town Spurs. And that result, just like Kaizer Chiefs' result against Golden Arrows, somehow to the fans pertain what they can expect this weekend. As a team, Coach, after last night's game, not too much time, of course, but to see your preparations through for the meeting on Saturday, what are the small preparations that you do have?
Well, as you said, we just played a few hours ago. Not a result that we were looking for, not a performance that we were looking for last night. But the derby is giving us an opportunity to come back in a good way, in a good style. It's the best opportunity, the best scenario, and even though we have only 2 days of specific preparation for this game, I think at this point of the season we should be prepared for each and every game already. We know each other more than okay, like Coach Johnson was also expressing before. The preparation for the game, at least for the coaching staff, start much early. For the players, the focus was in our previous opponents, but from now it's 100% in the next one, and the next one is Kaizer Chiefs.
And when it comes to Orlando Pirates, and I spoke to Keegan about when it comes to derby, form goes out the window. The goals are there for Pirates, keep on scoring. But when it comes to the derby, it's a bit different. And when you listen to the numbers, 180th derby that we played this weekend, and Chiefs have the bulk of those wins. Looking at the log, only 1 point separates you two. So not too many differences, when it comes to Chiefs and Pirates going into this one.
Yeah, not too many differences, Thato, but I mean, like you've already said, form doesn't really count in these matches. We know we won the first leg, but we will never rest on our roles and depend on that. We need to just make sure that we go out there, we do our best, we prepare very well, so that when the moment comes, we are able to execute. So, we are hoping that we have a team that will go out there and get the 3 points.
And preparation of your team, coach, how is your team looking? We've seen some niggling injuries, some suspensions and so forth. The team in its whole entirety and readiness for the derby this weekend.
In terms of players available, we have more than enough. There's nobody suspended for the game. We have some question marks as we did have yesterday as well. But it's that type of game that even if you are not 100%, you want to show that you are, and everybody is going to be for sure pushing tomorrow again to show that they are ready and they can have a space in the 20 players who are going to come before this game, and everybody's for sure looking for find themselves in the start 11 because it's that type of day that nobody wants to miss.
Nobody wants to miss it, a very special one. Speaking to Coach Kevin Johnson, I mentioned how when he sat here for the first derby, it had just been 24 hours since he came into the club. And I think the last time you spoke about the derby, you spoke about why it's so special to you and the players at Orlando Pirates, elaborating what it means to the Buccaneer, this specific derby. Do you still go in with that same mentality, that same messaging to the fans and the players as to why it is so important for the club of Buccaneers?
Absolutely. I think that when you are part of one of these two teams, you know that it's almost like you have to see it in isolation. I think the derby is something else. You have to get your objectives in each and every competition, and then you have the derbies, because you know how much it means for the fans, how much it means for the people who's working in the clubs as well, that it's been around for many years. So it's easy to feel it from the beginning, from the first days in the club. And after 1.5 seasons here, it's still the same feeling, the same responsibility. It's one of those days that you really feel special when you are sitting in a bench surrounded of more than 90,000 spectators, and it's one of those days that helps to make sense of all the efforts that we are putting in our careers to have the opportunity to enjoy a game like this.
The opportunity to enjoy a game like this, most of us in this room, only a handful would ever understand how it feels like to stand on that field with over 90,000 or 90,000 and some fans screaming your name and really cheering you on. That feeling and how important it is. What happens the day before the derby?
Look, Thato, I've been blessed enough and privileged enough to have played or to be part of the Soweto Derby on so many occasions. But look, you try to be calm, you try to be level-headed, you try to stay in a space where you ignore the noise, you focus on the game plan, you focus on what you have to do on the day, you surround yourself with your loved ones. But like the coaches said, it's a special match, it's a special day for the people, for us as players of the club, for our fans, for our families. But yeah, preparation going into the game, you try to be in that space where you're only thinking about the game and not the occasion.
Last message, and coach, to the fans that are coming out to the stadium this weekend. It is an Orlando Pirates home match, and the messaging that you'd like to give out ahead of this derby. I'll start with you.
Yeah, first and foremost, be safe. Try, to be early as possible at the stadium. And we urge our supporters to come out in numbers and support us, like they always do when we play our home matches. And we promise that we'll give them a show that they'll never forget.
Entertainment galore, like we've always said. Coach, final word for me.
Yeah, first of all, it's their responsibility. I think they know how to do it. They show a good example the last time. And then hopefully they can create the right vibe, the proper energy in order to help us to face this difficult challenge, but understanding that it's important for us that they play the game with us, that we can play the game together.
Now, this has been the official press conference ahead of the much anticipated Soweto Derby, one of the biggest in the world. When you look at Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs on the DStv Premiership log standings, only 1 point separates these two after the midweek action. Both of them still in contention for those CAF Confederations and Champions League spots, but we go into 180th derby, and so far it is Kaizer Chiefs who has the bulk of those wins, 74 compared to 46 of the Buccaneers. But the battle, the rivalry, the hostility, and more importantly, the entertainment does continue on your home of entertainment and your World of Champions this weekend. And as Yatish and everyone has said this afternoon, do make sure, tune in, travel early, tickets for parking are free, but most importantly, enjoy this derby. Coach and really appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend, and I hope you have a pristine game.
Thank you.
Thank you.